You guys, all these people on the right that are screaming, it's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair. Okay. You people are the idiots that play the original Mario parties by themselves, put all the AIs on hard, and then bitch when you lose. Oh man, I have been following this controversy from the start, and I gotta say, this is fucking hilarious. Now, before I get into this, I want to apologize. I had over a month hiatus because it was first thing I was trying to do was detox my entire body of white sugar. Basically took almost 3 weeks to get over, and then after that I got sick, and that took another week and a half to get over, and then I was trying to set up something with streaming. So I'm way behind. Anyway, we're back to the trans sports issue again, and I gotta say, I have no dog in this fight. I've told the right, don't fight this battle because it'll be a self-correcting problem. And I am just finding the outrage, especially from the athletes competing against this person, hilarious. And I gotta show you something even more hilarious, because I gotta show you the Fox News reaction. That just, it makes it so much better. Now, I think I'll start with this video, because this one is quite funny. Just where Fox News is now compared to about, 10, 15 years ago.
Well, after making history as the first transgender woman to win an NCAA Division I championship, UPenn swimmer Leah Thomas finished last in the 100-yard freestyle last night at Georgia Tech. Charles Watson live in Atlanta with the latest on the controversial athlete.
Now, the right was saying the race was thrown. Well, you're going to have to start out by getting some evidence of that. But regardless of what happened, these are legitimate wins and legitimate losses. I hope you guys know there were no rules broken. And I don't know why all these people are coming out saying, these right-wing men who don't care about women's sports, all saying this has to stop. I'm like, this is a self-fixing problem. All right? Leah Thomas played by the rules. The women overwhelmingly vote for this. Vote for a lot of this integration. This is their fight. Let it go. They voted for it, and then the women in here chose to race, knowing there was a biological man in the group. They consented to this. It's their problem. If women want their sports league, they have to stand up and fight for it. Because guess what? There's only going to be a few outcomes. It's going to self-correct. Either women will, just continue competing against biological men and continue this cycle until eventually it will become the trans league. And then women will have to start over and make their own sports league again. That's only for actual women. Or basically women's sports will become trans sports eventually, given enough time. And women will just get BTFO'd. And your sports leagues are already irrelevant. Nobody cares. But hey, you should take this time to use the press, to get some messages out there. But if you don't want to fight those battles, I don't know why the right's trying to come in and fight the battles for them. They asked for this. Now they have to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, hi, John. A disappointing outing for Leah Thomas in her final race at the NCAA Swimming and Diving Championships. Despite that, she will end her collegiate career as a champion in the women's 500-yard freestyle, though it didn't come without controversy. Thomas, who is transitioning from male to female, attracted competing protests to the campus of Georgia Tech. This after the NCAA declined to implement its new policy on transgender athletes mid-season. Critics of Thomas said they were standing up for fairness in women's sports because Thomas had a quote-unquote clear advantage.
There is absolutely no feasible way that a man competing in a women's swimming race is fair or just.
But again, these are not the swimmers. The swimmers have to do it. If the swimmers don't do it, it doesn't matter. Basically, if you're not in the sport, it's irrelevant. Nobody gives a shit about your opinion. And I can't even use the analogy to compare it to men's sports because people actually care about men's sports. If people protest the NBA, they're more likely to change things because their viewer base makes them a lot of money. And so if they have protests from the attendance, then they're likely to change. Women's sports don't generate any money. So any outside protest They're basically like, we're charity events anyway. What, the last 2 fans of the WNBA will stop showing up? No, we lost a total of like $60 in revenue. This is why I said it's different. And this protest, in this case, has to come from within. And if they don't do it, they chose those rules. If you think the game is rigged, why would you play the game? I don't know about you, but I don't play rigged games.
In her defense, Olympic gold medalist and fellow transgender woman Caitlyn Jenner said this was less of a Leah Thomas problem and more of a failure on the part of the NCAA.
She's playing within the rules. What I've said from the beginning is the rules aren't tough enough. Just being on testosterone depressants for a year or 2, whatever the rules are right now, because they keep changing, obviously is not enough.
Yeah, and the ball is in the NCAA's court. It'll be interesting, John, to see how they handle this situation moving.
Now, I basically made the point on this, but I just wanted to know, did you just catch a lot of this? Because this is coming from Fox News. You like how now Fox News, just they cater to the base, essentially the not very intelligent Republican base. You know what I'm talking about. Basically the white ignorance. I find it interesting that Fox News is promoting Caitlyn Jenner and for Leah Thomas using the pronouns and everything. That's hilarious. So how many years do you think it is before Fox News starts saying female penis? How long? What, like 5 years? I give it 5 years. Give it 5 years, we're going to hear that on Fox News. Oh man, and then when I criticize the right for their problems, I get called a lefty. I haven't changed. You guys keep changing because you all wanted to be the big tent party. You all wanted to bring everybody in and dilute this place, right? Well, Fox News is going to move with where their biggest right-wing base is. So if they think this is cool now, this is what they're going to do. So this is more of a reflection of modern conservatives. When people say they're conservative, I don't know what that means anymore. We have conservatives right now cheering on Dave Rubin. I mean, that's all I need to hear. Now you move on to Fox again, and I'm picking out Fox intentionally. We already know how the left is going to frame this. I'm more interested in how the right is going to frame this one. Transgender swimmers' NCAA championship win is just not right, competitors' parents say. Then why did you let your child compete? You guys, all these people on the right that are screaming, it's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair. Okay. You people are the idiots that play the original Mario parties by themselves, put all the AIs on hard, and then bitch when you lose. You know you're playing a rigged game, but you're still gonna complain. There's only 2 solutions, women. It's simple. Swimmers, listen, there's only 2 solutions. Either A, you guys have to actually organize and go, we're not doing it, or B, get good. And if that doesn't work, get gooder. Think about it. If I went to play blackjack and we were like, okay, new rule at this casino, the dealer gets an entirely separate deck from the actual player, and in the dealer's deck, we got rid of 2, 3s, 4s, and 5s and replaced them with aces. So basically they have mostly aces and face cards. You get a standard deck. Now play the game. Now when you lose $1,000, you agree, lose $1,000, and then you're going to scream it was unfair. Nah, you can't do that. It don't work this way. Again, I don't play rigged games, so I have nothing to complain about. And see, this is why I said these parents right here, they're not very intelligent. See? So here's their quote. It's just not right, the father of Auburn University swimmer told Fox News. It's taking opportunity away from females that have worked very, very hard for a long time, even before college, to get in this position. The swimmer's mother said she and her husband do not support biological males swimming in the women's championship meet. Actually, you do, because you let your child go do it. So you do support it. You can't say go participate in it, even though you're saying it's not fair, but go participate in it, then complain it's not fair. If all these women just stopped playing, they're gonna cave overnight. They got nobody left. And the last 3 people who show up will go away. But if you want to keep competing, and they're gonna allow trans people in, You have no room to complain. This is just the Wii Spa incident. This is why I said this is hilarious to me. It was the same thing with the Wii Spa incident. I said the same thing. It was overwhelmingly Democrat and lefty people voting for that trans people can use any bathroom they want. These left-wing groups, this voting bloc, is mostly women. It's overwhelmingly women. So women voted for it. Then, when a dude comes in, dick out in the locker room, you all go and start protesting and going, wait, no, that's illegal. How is that illegal? You said trans women are women, and you said they can, therefore, they can use women's bathroom. What is different about the locker room? If you say, well, the locker room's different, well, then trans women aren't women. You can't hold both of these positions. I don't know if you saw the one girl in it who stopped mid-sentence because she realized what she was saying was so stupid when you had the black lady complaining about it. And she started to say, well, how would you like it if a biological woman came into your and like stopped right there because she realized all the men are like, okay. So women voted themselves into this hole, and now they're expecting, like I said, a lot of men on the right are showing up to try and go, don't worry, we'll fight your battle for it. No. They voted for it. They need to take responsibility, and they need to deal with it. However, they claim it's a right, and the trans women are women. You can't really talk your way out of that position if you have taken that position. You're kind of stuck. So you're either going to have to change your stance or deal with it. Same thing applies here. Either stop competing or deal with it and get good. Simple. I don't think people on the right should be fighting their battles for them when it's going to correct itself. Waste of our damn time when we could be focusing on things that actually matter. And then the worst part is then we have ladies like this who's complaining because she finished 17th because of Leah Thomas and was like, that's not fair. I could have been, in top 16. If you finish 17th or even without Leah Thomas 16th, you weren't going to win anything. I'm sorry, lady. Let's be honest. You're not going to win anything anyway. Stop whining, drop out, or get good. Those are the two options. You really can't go anywhere else. Now, anyway, I just think it's funny that these women trap themselves, and that if they keep obeying these rules, I just find it hilarious. I'm just going to let this play out. Let the women's league become the trans league. That would be hilarious. I rather focus on things that actually matter, but listen, people on the right, please don't fight this battle. Let them sort itself out. These women need to take responsibility for their own actions, not put it on us.